All right, so we have some more adding and subtracting, but now we have two variables. This first one, it says subtract, and then it gives us a polynomial from, and it gives us another polynomial. So whenever it says to subtract from, you have to take this polynomial first. So it's going to be written a squared plus b squared minus, and then the other polynomial. So it's the old switcheroo. And that might seem odd, but you know, you're going to subtract this. This is the one that's getting subtracted, and you're subtracting it from the other one. Okay? So you have to write it the other way. You have to put what you're subtracting it from, the from part first, minus, and then the part you're subtracting. Okay, so now it's set up like a subtraction problem. The first polynomial, those parentheses, we don't need those. The second polynomial, we're going to have to distribute that minus sign to all three terms. So it's going to be minus a squared minus 5ab plus 6b squared. So again, we're taking the minus to the a squared, minus to the 5ab, minus a minus 6b squared. That makes it plus 6b squared. Okay, that removes the parentheses, and now we can look for like terms, things that can be combined. So I see an a squared here, and I see a minus a squared there. Well, those add up to 0. You don't even have to write the 0. They're just out. Okay. Now I see a b squared. Do I have any other b squareds? Right there. 6b squared. So 1b squared and 6b squared, that's going to be 7b squared. And now I have a negative 5ab. And that's it. There aren't any other terms. So it's just going to be minus 5ab. So that's the answer. I'll write it in one color. 5b squared minus 5ab. And that's how we would write it. Now you might have some questions about what order to write these in. I go in order with the polynomials. And then we'll talk about standard form later. But when it's in two variables, sometimes that gets a little tricky. All right. So now we have another one. We have addition this time. So I've got the 3x squared minus 4xy plus 5y squared. And then I'm going to add 2x squared minus xy. So I look for the like terms. Do I have any x squareds? Yes, right there. So there's going to be 5x squared. Now, do I have any xy terms? Let me switch to a different color. Do I have any xy terms? Yep, right there. So I've got negative 4 and negative 1. You're thinking, what's negative 4 plus a negative 1? And that's going to be negative 5. So I'm going to have a negative 5xy. And then what about this term? Well, he's the last term. There's no other terms, so we'll just write him down. 5y squared. All right, that's the answer. I'm just going to rewrite it because it looks weird to me in 3 different colors, but I did that so you could tell where everything was coming from. So, all right. So hopefully this is a fun section. Now this last one, we have 3 polynomials, right? Okay, so we've got the first polynomial, x cubed minus x squared y. And then now the second polynomial, that one's being subtracted, so I have to distribute there. So minus xy squared minus y cubed. And then the last polynomial is adding, so I don't have to worry about distributing. Plus 3, no, there's no 3. I don't know where that 3 came from. Okay, plus x squared y plus xy squared. So it's tricky because you have to make sure you get the right exponents on the right variables. Okay, it makes a difference if I put that square on the y or if I put it on the x. So just take your time and just check your copy work, make sure you copy it right, okay? All right, I start out with an x cubed. Is anybody else an x cubed? Nope, just x cubed. So that's the only one there. Now I have a negative x squared y, so I'm looking for another x squared y. Right there's an x squared y, but it's a positive x squared, right? So it's like I have a negative x squared y and I have a positive x squared y. Those cancel out. And I usually just mark them off so I know, okay, those are out of the picture. So, yeah, don't get to do anything with those. All right. Well, I got to do something. I got to cancel them out. So they're gone. All right, now I have a negative xy squared and I have a positive xy squared. Those are both going to be out. Okay, we're losing terms left and right here. Okay, now what do I have left? I have just this one minus y cubed. Okay, so I'm going to just rewrite that. X cubed minus y cubed. So we started out with 3 polynomials, each having 2 terms. We had 6 terms, but in the end we wound up just with these 2 terms. So that was exciting.